My name is Don Wiggins, and I'm going to be talking to you about licensing music for a live event. This is basically anything where you are charging admission and will want music either playing as background or as part of the event. For example, music playing between quarters of a football game, or like what I do, and use music as themes for wrestlers at a wrestling show. Why is it important to get proper licensing to play a song at an event? Of course, the number one reason is you do not want to get sued. It is much cheaper and simpler in the long run to contact the proper Performing Rights Organization, or PRO, as they are referred to for short. There are three major ones in the United States. These are Broadcast Music Inc., or BMI, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, or ASCAP, and lastly, Society of European Stage Authors and Composers, more commonly known as SESAC. These companies are authorized to collect licensing fees and make sure royalties are distributed to the proper artists. Now, first you need to decide on the music you want to use. Once you know the songs you'd like to use, next you need to decide on how you want to use them, as this can have a great effect on the type of licensing you want. Now you have to decide, do you want to use the full song or just a portion of it? Is it going to be heard multiple times throughout the event? Are you planning on having a band play the song live? Or just going to play a copy of the track? Now, is the event going to be recorded, and for what purpose is it being recorded? Is it going to be broadcast on television, or streamed on the internet, or even just placed onto DVDs for future sale? Now, some of these questions will not be answered in this video, but you will need to know them as you plan out your event. Okay, so now you know what song you want to use and how you plan on using it. The next step is determining which of the PROs you need to contact to get the licensing rights. To do this is fairly simple. If you have a CD with the song, you can usually find it right on the front or back cover. If not, you can search the internet to find it, or just go right to the websites of the PROs and search them to see if they have the song. Now, one thing I've noticed is when you go to some of the PRO sites, if they don't have the song themselves, a lot of times they do have it listed and which of the PROs actually owns the licensing rights to that song. Now, I spoke to BMI personally, and I'm basing most of this off of them to make the video a little bit simpler. Most of the other PROs function in a fairly similar fashion. Now, in the case such as BMI, the licensing rights varies based upon the number of people the venue is capable of holding and the gross revenue of how many people actually showed up to the event. Of course, to ensure that they make some money, they set a minimum. Now for BMI, that minimum is $234. So as an example, you have to pay more than $234 at the lowest bracket, which is 0.80%. You need to have a gross revenue ticket of over $29,000. So that's a lot of money before you have to pay over that minimum. So staying with BMI as the example, $234 will give you access to the entire BMI catalog at a live event. So you don't have to pay per song. You get access to the entire catalog, you can use any song they have, and you can use it as often as you want within the song. Now keep in mind, as I said, if you want to record the event for DVD sales or streaming it online from our website or broadcasting, this is not included in those rights. Those rights are separate and again, not part of this video. Okay, so now that you have the song picked out, and on top of that you have access to the entire catalog, and for this case BMI, what is next? Well, at this point you can either call them and they can help you go through the process. I recommend this if this is your first time to avoid mistakes and delays. Or you can simply go to the website and fill out the proper form for your event and make your payments. Now, you are asked to set up an account with them, and same as the other PROs. So now that your fees are paid and the forms are filled out, how long do you have to wait to get your licensing? Well, and the good news is, in most cases, the licensing is granted in 24 to 48 hours. So now you have your license. All you really have to do at this point is have fun hosting your event. Thank you.